our daily podcast, our daily morning devotional. This is a little bit of meditation that we do in the morning. We woke up to, what do you call it? A blanket, a duvet, a mattress full of snow. And I feel like we're not far from the bear animal. I feel like that when it's snowing like this, I just like, why are we not hibernating? But I think we are.
We kind of are hibernating.
we kind of are. Why are we so far apart?
You know what? I heard a great description of meditation.
Oh,
it was to chew on and reflect. I liked that. I thought that was really helpful. I'm like, yeah, that's what we do. We chew on it. We reflect. We come back to it throughout the day. We read something that can like focus us, and it has a purpose. And it's like for our mental and our spiritual and our emotional health. And then we can come back to it throughout the day.
That's really good. Because even I remember what the title was yesterday. I think it was Control.
Yeah.
And so just like really observing that in my day, throughout the day, and where I'm lacking control, I felt like I lacked control a lot yesterday.
It's so helpful when you tell me, when you point out my control to me. That is so
helpful. That's welcomed.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I should do that more then.
I
apologize for not doing that more in Blessing.
Yeah. I feel like you do it enough. I feel like you do it often enough.
Okay, it's often enough.
Yeah.
But I feel like I lost control because somebody bought a basket. Somebody went over the top of Valentine's Day-ing and bought some of the people's favorite things that they're not eating at the moment. So I feel
you're trying not to eat sugar.
I'm trying not to. And you bought all my favorite sugars.
Maybe I bought it for our son.
Yeah.
Okay, I bought it for you. Let's just be honest.
Control.
I bought it for all of us.
–
Because at this point in time,
we're hibernating, so we need our winter coats on.
Yeah, no, I just need to celebrate stuff.
Okay.
And
we can celebrate differently. We don't need to have.
Fine.
Oh wait.
I won't buy any more sugar.
We don't need. Oh no. We got updates going.
We don't want updates.
We're not gonna. Okay. We don't need to celebrate with.
I won't buy sugar.
Easter eggs. So Easter eggs, I get the little cinnamon hearts. I understand that. You had in this basket, what are they called? Those
the mini eggs.
Cadbury mini eggs.
They're so good.
Just saying.
No, but there's like all this like gross Valentine's chocolate, or there's
lack
Cadbury
of control.
Mini eggs. Why would I choose?
Yeah.
Why would I choose gross Valentine's
chocolate?
And then
you also put in Farm Boy sour jujubes.
Mm-hmm.
Those. Yeah.
I know. I bought all your weakest things. I'm sorry.
Lack of control.
Okay, so no sugar, and we want to try to get a handle on our physical fitness in addition to our spiritual and emotional and mental.
Yeah, it's hard to have good spiritual and emotional health if your physical is a sign.
Yeah. I noticed that your alarm clock, when it wakes you up.
Stop it. I don't
what
even.
Does your
why?
Clock
why do you
say?
Have to say every? Why do you?
It talks to you. What does it say? Okay, Jim.
Yeah, but it's not J-I-M. It's G. How do you spell Jim? G-Y-M.
But what does it say to you? Okay, Jim.
Time to hit the gym. God.
Is that what it says? I'm never quite awake, and I just go right back to sleep.
I know, and I'm so good at like just not reacting to that alarm. Like just. I'm practicing not reacting in life circumstances, and it's super healthy, except when it comes to reacting to your alarm. I should be reacting to the alarm like, yeah, it's time to get it. Have you ever seen Jocko?
No.
Like he's a super bionic human, and he does like 20 marathons in like 2 hours, and he's like this army guy, and he does inspirational messages.
I don't want him.
And so sometimes I was coming into Jordan's room in the morning, and I was playing one. No. It's like, get out of bed. The first step is getting out of bed. It's very inspirational.
Okay.
So maybe my alarm from Google could be Jocko encouraging me to react to my workout alarm instead of
maybe
what I'm doing.
We're gonna move on to our morning.
Could we move on to our morning
reading
meditation?
Today's meditation is on detachment.
This is something that I've been learning all year due to this book.
The concept of letting go can be confusing to many of us. When we are doing too much or trying too hard to control people and outcomes. When are we? When are we doing too much or trying too hard to control people and outcomes? When are we doing too little When is what we're doing an appropriate part of taking care of ourselves? What is our responsibility and what isn't? These issues can challenge us whether we've been in recovery 10 days or 10 years. Sometimes we may let go so much that we neglect responsibility to ourselves or others. Other times, we may cross the line from taking care of ourselves to controlling others and outcomes. There is no rule book, but we don't have to make ourselves crazy. We don't have to be so afraid. We don't have to do recovery perfectly. If it feels like we need to do a particular action, we can do it. If no action feels timely or inspired, don't act on it. Having and setting healthy limits, healthy boundaries isn't a tidy process. We can give ourselves permission to experiment, to make mistakes, to learn, to grow. We can talk to people, ask questions, and question ourselves. If there's something we need to do or learn, it will become apparent. Lessons don't go away. If we're not taking care of ourselves enough, we'll see that. If we are being too controlling, we'll grow to understand that too. Things will work out. The way will become clear. Prayer for today. I will take actions that appear appropriate. I will let go of the rest. I will strive for the balance between self-responsibility, responsibility to others, and letting go.
Wow. That just made sense over the last 9 months of really trying to hear that message of detachment.
Mm-hmm.
It really came clear because when I started working with a new sponsor, he kind of led me into that and just said, we got to see eye to eye. And I don't want this more. I can't want this more for you than you want it. And he goes, you're coming in really hot and you already got he goes, you're already doing all this stuff. So I'm excited for you because I'm excited about this stuff. And then he said, when we're working with other people, you can't want their recovery more than them. And in love, you just have to say, I have this message for you and I can't give it to you properly. So I just have to say, maybe you're not ready for that. I'm not ready to give this to you. And so it sounds really bold and harsh. But the reality is if I want something more for somebody, then I get into patterns of control, like checking up on them. Did you do your homework? Are we still meeting this day and time? And they're not checking in with me. So there's that balance of, do I want this more for them than they want it for themselves? And then I have to go, I don't want to be controlling. And I think there's a line there somewhere.
Well, I think what stood out for me is the beginning of last year when I went on, was taking a year off work. And I would say potentially I was, before my work ended, I was pretty close to, I was pretty exhausted. At one point you said I had a thimble of capacity, which I realized, yeah, that's about all I have. And easy things had become really hard for me. And so I would say I was probably, pretty close to burnout and very exhausted. And the first 6 months was learning how to relax, learning how to not do. And I took that to a huge extreme. And then there came a time where I was oh, okay, I feel like I'm definitely doing too little. Maybe there was other people in my family that pointed it out to me, but I realized, okay, now I feel ready to actually try to find a healthier rhythm. And then I kind of shifted up. Okay, now I need to try to, do a little more. But I definitely went from an extreme of go, 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 where literally I was hardly ever home. I was, working all day and then out 3 nights a week and going 7 days a week almost, to I literally have nothing. And then COVID hit and I really had nothing to do, and, took that to a huge extreme. And so now for my own internal well-being, I actually need to have a few goals a week. I need to have sort of a calendar, I need to have, okay, today this is what's happening. And in the evening when I reflect on my day, I can also look towards the next day and think what are the things that I'd like to get done? And what are the things that I actually could cross off? And is my schedule too busy? Is my schedule, too free? Is there a reason to actually get out of bed? I need that. I need a reason to actually get out of bed.
So then you're finding the balance between self-responsibility and the responsibility to others.
Yeah.
I like how she says there's no rule book, and then this isn't a tidy process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
I love that. And I think that's a scary thing, when we talk about, because we did a budget many, many years ago. And if I talk about that to some people, they're like, oh, that's terrifying. And they're like, oh, I could never live like that. It's actually, we can experiment with that.
Mhm.
Maybe it's something that you've never done. Maybe it's something that has caused problems in the past, but is your finances are such a great example. Is your current financial system actually working for you? Do you feel freedom in that?
Yeah.
And if you don't, then let's experiment and let's see what could work better. I think we could do that with our physical fitness.
That's true. All right. Until then, we are going to detach and love and meditate on maybe where we are being too controlling to others, or maybe where we want something more than other people want, and then how we are being controlling. I love the whole word of detach. I've never heard of that in 14 years of recovery. So have a great day. Grab a shovel and a friend and dig yourself out. And we will see you tomorrow, Wednesday at noon. If you want to hang out with us, we have a recovery meeting. I don't even know who's sharing tomorrow, but
on Eastern time.
Maybe you are. I don't know. Eastern. All right. We will see you at noon at Eastern noon. And have a great day, friends. And we will see